Hey, so welcome to episode 4 of Bitches Looking at Random Things in a Miscellaneous Room and, telling what some might consider jokes. So just to continue on about my little casino story, I told you about the lady who, got a little heated that I was playing the machine she apparently had invested a lot of money in. And so I gave up that machine. It was fine. I did tell somebody at the casino about that. I called service and I just wanted to know, like, what's your protocol for, if you want to step away from a machine? Because some casinos have where you can have them hold the machine. And they said, oh, yeah, we can do that for you for up to like roughly 10 minutes. And you just press the service button and have us do that. And I told them what happened. And they said, well, you were actually in the right. And I said, okay, that's good to know. But I didn't want to make a scene. So whatever, it's fine. Anyway, so that was the one time I went. And then the other time I went just more recently, I was playing next to this guy who was really cool, very friendly. And I noticed he was playing $10 a spin, but at a 1 cent denomination. And he kept getting this bonus. It's called a hold and spin bonus. So when you get this bonus, you need 6 balls or squares with numbers or words in them. And then, it takes you into this bonus, and the more, of those that drop, the better it is. And if you fill up the whole screen, you win like usually a grand jackpot or something like that. Usually there's 15 to 20 squares that have to be filled. So this guy was kicking ass at this, but he was, betting $10 on a 1 cent denomination. And the mini on that one was only $10. The minor was $50, and then it went up from there. And so I was like, hey, like, I'm not trying to be nosy or anything, dude, but like, I noticed you were playing, just 1 cent, but $10 a spin. I said, do you ever think about doing like 10 cents? And I said, you can probably do the same or similar, bet amount. But if you do 10-cent denom, then the mini starts at 100, the minor's 500 because it's 10 times, right? And then it goes up from there. So he's like, oh, okay, cool. No, thanks for telling me. He was really cool about it. I didn't want to make it seem like I was like trying to be bossy or tell him what to do or whatever. It's just, like I said, I noticed he was hitting a lot. So he does that. He switched to the 10 cent, and I don't know if he was playing like $7.50 a spin or $10, but something like that. Ends up hitting this great freaking hold and spin. It was a thing of beauty. He had 2 balls in there. Each one was $1,250. I've never seen those before on that denom, to be honest. So I was like, oh, wow, good for you. It was really cool. And then he was like, hell yeah, and he ended up getting over $4,000 just in that bonus. And I ended up talking to the guy. He was cool as hell. He was from Louisiana, and his name was Sean. So shout out to you, Sean, if you by chance come across this video. And he works on diesel engines for like cruise ships and, stuff like that, which I thought was really cool. We were at a casino in Tampa, Florida. So my husband and I have been on a lot of cruises, and, I never knew anyone who did something like that. So that was just, really cool in itself. But this guy was so nice. He gave me $100 because I told him that little tip, which, ended up winning him a lot of money, because I was like, hey, man, aren't you glad you listened to me? Because if you were doing a 1 cent denom and you hit that, it would be a little over $400. And he was like, hell yeah. And I did not ask him for money, I swear, and I tried to give it back, but he insisted. So I thought that was really nice of him, to give me that $100, and he had a great night. And I did not win anything big like he did, but I had a great time. I played, for several hours, and I only brought, a little bit of money. So like that extra 100 really helped me out. So shout out to you, Sean. And another instance of like where it pays to like just do the right thing, and good karma will come back to you.